it's this. We're living in a post-COVID society, Trevor.
That's right.
And I don't know how you did during that whole thing, but
I did something, man.
what did you do with that boat you had? Trevor had a boat.
It is funny that you say that. We did have a boat.
And what happened with it?
My dad sold it.
And it's like the pressure in those moments. It ends up, you make decisions that you might regret later. You just, part with stuff.
You go and buy a boat. You're like, oh, I have all this money, and there's a $500 project boat here. That's what my dad kept saying.
Right.
He kept saying that too. He's like, it's a project boat. It's a project boat.
Now, not everybody needs a project.
Yeah,
a boat.
Yeah. He never really worked on it.
Because there's a lot of projects in life that come up already.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, for instance, the orphans,
What are we going to do about them?
I don't know. But I am thinking we got to do something. Because they're out there.
Yeah. And past a certain age, you're not wanted anymore.
Right. Where's that cutoff? I feel like it's pretty...
12. I think it's at like 10, honestly.
Yeah. Because you already suck by then.
Yeah, it's like nobody wants a moody teenager.
Well, it's just not fun to tell people, like, I got a 12-year-old and, we're working on him. Like, he's working on himself.
Yeah. It's not fun to tell people.
Like he's
it's fun to say. It's fun to say for 9 months. Oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm so excited for this baby on the way.
That's
fun. And then it's like, oh, I have this baby. Everybody look at these pictures of my baby.
It's cool to be like we went to China.
It's cool to be like
we made a trip of it.
We put a child in a woman, and now it's our child.
Right. Now, would you ever put your baby in another lady? Not the lady you're trying to have a baby with, but a tertiary lady.
What is that? What do you mean tertiary?
Where they kind of combine the stuff and they just throw it in there.
So like donating,
like an easy bake oven type.
Kind of like donating sperm is what you're saying.
It's not like that at all. This is a bond between two people that's pushed into a third.
I'm not familiar with this style of relationship.
So you're not opposed to it?
Not yet, because I don't know what it is.
Relationship. I think it's more of form over function.
A transactional experience, you might say.
Yeah, I think there is money involved, which is where that stuff gets hairy.
Yeah. I think I meant transactional as in like...
it's tough because people, you want to help people in your life.
Yeah.
But then also, sometimes the most valuable thing you can help them with is, whatever your craft is. That you spend all this time on.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I need to charge you some money.
Yeah.
So I can keep doing the craft.
I can't put a child in you, but I can film you having a child.
Yeah, so there's always a workaround where you're like, I can still be there for you.
Yeah.
You can still be there for people in your life without being...
Right.
You don't want to, you don't have to take on the monetary burden. Maybe you can, this can be beneficial for everybody. You can, charge them a little. Mm-hmm. And honestly, cutting that up is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because they want the...
Honestly, you don't need to cut it up at all. They want they want everything. They want the screaming, the breathing, all of that.
It's actually, the harder part is not cutting that up because it's kind of disturbing,
Yeah.
Now, would you bring a gimbal into there, or you just set up a tripod?
It'd be cool to get a gimbal shot of like coming in, like between the legs and the head's pushing out. Or unless it has autism, then it comes out feet first. Did you know that?
Well, if whatever your craft is, if you can get real specific with what you're offering, there's always a market for it. So it's like if you were able to offer, not just a birth video, but like you want to get the highest clientele is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You don't want to just get, because if you have a big budget for this thing, you could have doctors with GoPros.
Oh,
you could have the interviews leading up 6 months maybe. Probably just do the whole 9 months.
Yeah, dude. POV doctor shots. That'd be great.
POV. They got the Ray-Bans with the camera in them now.
Or they have that they have that headband with the big circle on it. What if that was a camera? What else is that thing good for?
Nothing.
It could be a camera.
What is that thing?
I don't know, man. What is it? What do you think it is? Judging by like picturing it in your head.
I don't know. They got their own. They got their cloaks and they got their
cloaks.
It's got to be. I would guess satanic.
What's with the cloaks? Are they Jedi? What's with that?
I think it's they used to want to be. They're like, hey, we're clean.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, you're wearing a white shirt.
So I just saw you eat Subway, man.
Yeah, I know you just got off break, dude. I saw you in the parking lot, smoking in the no smoking section.
The hypocrisy there is.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and they don't even want to film childbirth on their own.
I was trying to find
all they have to do is press record, and then they got the POV shot.
Yeah. Nowadays, you can get a micro SD card, 128 gig. You can do a brain surgery.
Yeah.
Have that thing running 10 hours, and you're fine.
Can put a micro SD card in your brain during brain surgery.
Yeah, but what is interesting is if you get real good at that sort of thing, and when you get real good at something, you get kind of stuck with people who are a little worse.
Yes.
Whatever the thing is. So if you're a doctor and you're real good at brain surgery,
yeah.
Imagine around you is a bunch of slightly worse brain surgeons.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah, and then you're like, hey, I need some brain surgery.
Yeah. That's how it feels going to the dentist. There's
Plus, then you got the pressure of your friend being like, dude, I'll do your brains. You had Tim work on your brain? Tim sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, you suck. Me and Tim talk about it. You killed that kid. It's like, dude,
you're really gonna bring that up? That was 3 days ago, man.
It was 3 days ago, and he was annoying. Let's not get too negative.
Yeah.
We're running low on time here too. We got
Bobby Shmurda's coming.
Bobby Shmurda's coming in. I don't know how to say Chmura.
We're gonna ask him.
Tom Chmura.
Yep.
Wow, this feels like kind of belittling. That's a word?
That is a word. Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of like pushing,
Yeah, I know. That's a compound word, I believe. You put two words
together that become one big word.
Compound word. Yeah.
Mainstream is a funny word, I was thinking, because it's like a stream of water.
Yeah.
And it's like the main one.
And everybody's feeding from it.
Right. It's like the main stream, which is really what this thing is. That's why it was on my mind,
We've hit the mainstream.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what it's like for us.
Yeah, we got to watch what we say. And we have to take certain liberties.
Psych, guys, we're not turned down for nothing. This is Acorn Archive.
Turned down for what?
We got Tom Shmurda coming on, and we're going to dive into a lot of things. He's a percussionist.
He's a keyboardist.
Bit of a keyboardist.
Plays in the band Nodes.
I'd be willing to guess he plays a couple other instruments.
Yes.
And jolly good guy.
Jolly good fellow.
We're going to get to know him, see if he has any, trauma he wants to get off his chest, or...
Yeah, he looks emotionally scarred, judging by the looks.
He might have wronged some people.
Yeah, or maybe people wronged him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's tough. Because people wrong you, and then you kind of want to retaliate.
Like revenge, but that's never good.
Because, because you're a little better at the revenge than their initial attack, so then everyone just thinks you're an asshole.
Yeah.
So like,
sometimes it's like better to not do anything, and then it's like you come out on top, dude.
Yeah.
But it's lonely at the top.
I want to start playing some elaborate pranks on people.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's what I always wanted to do as a child.
Yeah.
Just fuck with someone for like 6 months.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, me and my cousin, I was like, dude, you got to go door to door and wear an earbud, and I'll be on the phone with you telling you what to say. Like an Impractical Jokers thing. But he never wants to do it. And
because of the kids fucking and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't know why anyone would want to do it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they're children. Whoa, what do you... This isn't something to laugh at. This is a serious thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
This is not the... If you're a minor attracted person, all maps, this is not your podcast.
Maps. Yeah. Maybe find a map to a rehab center or an insane asylum. You don't
want to, look down on these people.
Yeah,
it's disgusting,
well, no,
Trevor.
No, I think we should look down on people because they are too busy looking down on the people they
like.
From
your high horse.
All right.
So there was someone must have smoked with a horse.
What?
You started just pontificating.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Up there on your high horse.
Yeah. Pontificating.
We're really in the groove today, so this thing is going to get moving. We're going to get cooking.
Yeah. I got the camera working. I had to make one trip back home to fix something.
Which is, that commute's rough,
Oh, dude, yeah. Hudson. The shit's crazy, man.
Yeah, the valley or the river.
I have to cross
the river.
Did
you
you
hear about that helicopter went right down?
No,
anyway, Tom's here, so...
The Acorn Archive.
Now, let's talk a little bit about you, okay? You're a percussionist,
That's right.
and that means you hit stuff.
Right.
We touched on this before. Do you think that stems from a violence issue? You just kind of want to hit people?
Maybe
Okay.
a little bit. I would say hitting things in a creative way more so. So maybe violence with a little bit of art mixed in.
Right. Kind of like R. Kelly, or what's the other one?
I was gonna go more with UFC, but
Yeah, because then there's an art to it, you know?
yeah, there's
Plus,
multiple-
everyone's making some money. It's a good financial thing. You know, yeah, there's a lot of endeavors in life, a lot of things you get into.
Of course,
But
you guys are podcasters,
right, and this is a lucrative business. This is
all we do.
I
is
can
kinda all
see
we do.
that.
I mean, this
I'm
is-
just surrounded by gold here.
I know this thing. The studio space costs a lot to rent, and no one's really helping out, you know. But it's just a matter of time before the tables turn and this thing becomes, as we were saying, real mainstream.
Yeah.
Now,
So what can I do to help that out?
Well, we brought you in here because we wanted. I know we've kind of lost focus. We wanted to return to format.
Right.
Trevor, a couple episodes ago, he took a kind of a creative decision to not record the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, whole thing gone.
We've since, taken over, switched back to our original format where we are going to record it.
Okay.
But we're looking for little things like that, little shifts we can make, not just for this podcast, but as individuals,
Mm-hmm.
to where we're in a better mindset to make these decisions and affect this thing.
Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by Trevor's screen here. I could see myself talking. I could see you. You're like zooming in and out of this stuff.
It's a lot of flashing lights.
Some
This.
people
Yeah.
think I'm just, fucking around back here.
No, he does a lot.
That's what I thought you were doing for sure.
yeah. And
I know it looks that way.
well, yeah, he tries.
That's all you can do.
It's all you can do. I mean, there's a lot of pressure nowadays to be everything.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with that?
How
Have
do
you
I
always
deal
wanted
with
to be
it?
what you are right now?
What was that?
Have you always wanted to be what you are right now?
No.
What'd you want to be?
I wanted to be different things at different points, but now I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
What was the first one?
First one, I think when I was a young man, I wanted to be president of the United States.
Yes.
First grade, I think that's what I wrote on what I want to be when I'm older. That's still in the cards, guys.
What about second grade?
Second grade, I think I wanted to be an inventor, like Thomas Edison.
Yes.
That's a big inspiration when I was about 7 years old.
Now, third grade, did you find the new light bulb? Did you figure the thing out? Was he
No,
the light bulb
no.
guy? Trevor,
Yeah,
look
he
that up.
was. No, he was.
So
But now, flash forward, and we're here.
now, where is here?
Here is I'm playing drums and Cosmic Graffiti, having a great time doing that. And I've been hosting these jams every month. That's how I met you guys a
Yeah.
month ago.
That was a lot of fun.
That was unbelievable, man.
Yeah, it's cool putting them all out on
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those little Zoom mics are nice because you just set it down and
Yeah.
grabs it all pretty nice.
Yeah, the recording is pretty good.
Yeah.
I love that, man, cuz I've been jamming with people here in Columbus for like since I came down here for school in like 2017.
Where'd you come from?
Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've done a lot of jamming in other people's basements, right?
Yeah.
So it was time to give back and do one in my own.
Yeah. Now, this is you got a brick and mortar, and it's got a living area,
Yep.
outside, porch, stairs.
Oh yeah, the sunroom.
You kind of got everything.
Yeah, man. You gotta have a space for people to jam and a space for people to decompress. And
Now, how'd you wiggle yourself into that space?
me and a friend moved there a couple of years ago, and now he's back in Cleveland, and I'm manning the fort.
Now, is there a falling out there? Was this a violence issue again? It came up. You guys were
No. He just wanted to move back home.
right.
Yeah.
And
You're
that's what
really
they'll tell you,
trying
you
to
know.
pin me down on this violence thing.
Well, I'm
man.
just,
It seems
you know,
like you have a slight agenda here.
I'm trying to give you
for
a perspective
drama.
on yourself. Maybe people, everyone leaves for a reason. But let's not harp on that, This is the beginning of the podcast.
agree,
we want to
man.
we want to get an overview on you before we make any,
Any judgment calls?
assumptions.
Of course. Yeah, I get that.
You jump from third grade to now.
Yeah.
We want to know, growing up, how do you steer yourself in the right direction? Which
So-
direction did you steer yourself?
Yeah, so I started with taking music seriously probably when I went to school here and I had like people to play with. I started jamming with Jake Steed. Shout out to Jake from Cosmic Graffiti about 7 years ago. And that's when I started taking music seriously, is when I had, people to play with. Because it's one thing just to be messing around in your basement. But when you play with other people, it's like, wow, this is a real thing here. This could be something.
Yeah, especially as a drummer. But what did you start as a drummer?
Yeah, so I started in the womb on drums, just kicking on my mom's stomach.
Right, a violence issue again.
Right.
Potentially.
And
We'll get
then
into it.
I moved to piano because my parents both play piano, so around 4 or 5. But I started playing the drums on like an actual set probably around 5th grade.
Wow, now 5th grade, that's you're a youngin', 10, 11?
Yeah.
Now, did you find the drums were heavy?
Definitely more heavy than they are now.
Were you gigging much back then?
No.
Okay, so it was.
If you don't count the talent show.
Did you have a vehicle at the time?
No.
So you really got to
No.
work with what you got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, mom's van is critical to that.
Now, what if,
juncture.
the van's broken down, there's rats in it.
Rats?
Would you just carry it to each gig?
Yeah. Hey, man, I got 2 arms and 2 legs. You got to make it happen
Determination,
somehow,
you
right?
got to get to the gig. The show must go on kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so 5th grade, we're moving into 6th. Things
Mhm.
really start shaping up, right? Your life really has some path. I'm hoping.
You could say so, yeah.
Okay, so where, there's got to be times where you're maybe going this way, maybe going. What are some other things besides music that you are little hobbies you got? The things that you maybe could have went that way with.
Good question, Simon. So I was into basketball when I was like in middle school, early high school. Obviously didn't make it to the professional level, but I tried my best.
Well, we don't want to cast. That's still an assumption,
Yeah.
You were just saying yourself. You don't. I was putting you in that pigeonhole, which again I apologize, but you don't
Hey,
want to
it's
say
all
you'll
good,
never
man.
make it there, because I think you get a team together, you really start trying.
Yeah, doesn't the G League have tryouts every year?
Yeah, and I think it's maybe something to look into.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a few feet off from meeting the height requirement there.
You could be maybe a distance guy.
Yeah.
Be nice and fast. You a fast guy?
Fast guy. Hey, man, I ran track in high school.
Now, if a young child challenged you to a foot race
Okay.
and you lost,
Yeah.
hear me out. Tensions would be high, right?
A little bit.
You wouldn't take it out on the child.
Of course not.
So then why are all these parents, just... It's not a good solution, Hey, he's acting up, he wants the fries. I'm going to hit him. How would you handle that? You got a young one, right? He
Yeah.
wants some fries.
Okay.
You know that the fries are good. So you see where he's coming from on that side. But then it's your gas money. And then he's getting nice and fat,
Yeah.
playing the Nintendo. You don't want to come out, too harsh
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
But how do you still send the right message that, moderation?
I'm not going to lie, man. I've been listening to you for the past 2 minutes. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The question that I'm circling around, I'm dancing around,
Okay.
we had some controversy come up. You would never, hit a child, would you?
No.
Okay, so moving on, we're talking middle school's over, you're moving into high school. Did you ever take an academic role in music? Were you ever doing
No.
school band or anything
No,
like that?
so I did...
Anti-establishment.
Yeah. So I actually... Well, I did for a little bit. When I was in middle school, I was in band. But I didn't want to do marching band in high school. I just didn't want to do it.
Because you got to march around.
Yeah, you
and
got to march around. You got to wear the uniform.
It's hot in there,
It's hot in there. You're also... It's not the main thing marching band. Like the whole thing is like the football game, and you're just like kind of a side.
Where you're
show.
hanging out. With
So
some gloves on.
I would have wanted to do the what is it? What's it called when they have like the concerts? The symphonic band.
Right.
That would have been cool. I would have loved to do that.
But you had to also
do marching band.
That's how they'll get you.
Yep.
So you went.
Simon,
you decided.
always working.
You decided. Or were you teaching yourself? You said your parents are musicians, though, right?
Yeah. But I started teaching myself how to play drums because the man wouldn't let me in.
And that's kind of how that goes. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie School of Rock, but they really touch on that.
Oh,
Yeah, they do touch on the man a lot in that movie.
I watch that movie all the
They touch
time.
on that. Did
Taking
you look
notes.
it up if they touch on that? Yeah. Now, you big movie head? Big movie guy?
I'd say I'm a medium movie guy.
Give us a deep cut and then a shallow cut.
A deep cut. Shallow cut. Let's go Inception, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And deep cut. Let's go Inception, Christopher Nolan.
Now, I don't know if anyone noticed. That was the same movie twice.
No, it wasn't. Trevor, what are you doing?
Yeah, this is his one thing he does. And whenever I ask him, he's always upset. He's like, I got to set up the thing, Yeah, I got to do the whole thing. I got to do my job.
He's the backbone of the show, man.
But there's a thing, if you're doing it, if you agree to do a job, you got to try to do it the best you can. You agree?
I agree.
Are you currently employed?
Yes.
Now you've graduated school?
Yes.
How long did that take?
4 years.
4 years from
Standard amount.
Okay, so then you got yourself employed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how's that going?
Pretty good, man.
Now,
Pretty
what
good.
are you doing?
I am a salesman.
So what are you selling?
I sell real estate software.
Well, try.
On you?
Yeah, hit me with something, man.
Well, I qualify all my leads beforehand, so I know you're not the type of man who would buy what I'm selling, so not even worth the time.
I'm not the kind of guy who's interested in what you're selling.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right guy to talk to, Simon. That's the dirty trick of sales, right? You know the sell me this pen thing?
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Wolf
yeah.
of Wall Street? If you ask a non-salesman, they'll ask you all these stupid questions about, like, things regarding the pen, right? The features and stuff.
Right.
The real question is, does this guy need a pen?
Right.
And if they need a pen, they'll buy it from you, and then you begin the process. But
Right. It's about finding. That's what we were telling Trevor. He's having trouble making anything of his life, and I was telling, if you can,
he's on
offer
this
something
podcast,
super
that's
specific.
something.
Yeah, but
I was wondering if you guys wanted to come over and watch the man scene from School of Rock.
Because the world is run by the man.
Who?
The man. Oh, you don't know the man? Oh, well, he's everywhere.
Are you hearing this?
In the White House, down the
I'm
hall.
listening.
Miss Mullins, she's the man. And the man ruined the ozone, and he's burning down the Amazon, and he kidnapped Shamu and put her in a chlorine tank.
I'm not a big documentary guy myself, but that one I make an exception for.
good choice.
Well, it's it touches close to home. I think we're all we want that rockin' spirit in our lives, but also can't have it all the time. The man's gonna put you down.
Listen, man, I fight against the man every day.
That's great.
That's all I got to say about that.
How do you do it, man?
No comment.
Dude, a lot of the viewers are asking. They're like, the man, he's hanging out.
Let him be clueless.
This is another thing. This is a salesman attitude. I think maybe the violence, the sales thing, it's got you worked up. It's got you pent up, and we want to let you know this is a safe space.
See this?
Holy
Steady
shit!
as a rock, Simon.
Now you won for like shooting.
What was that?
You won for shooting
Shooting?
arrows and that
Maybe
things of that
hoops?
sort. Hoops, right? Because you're talking about the G League, and maybe
Yeah.
get
The
in
G
there.
League tryouts?
And you were working on your dunking, right?
Yeah.
How was that going?
Can touch the net.
And that's pretty close to the rim. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but the net is actually right below it.
Just a couple of inches, yeah.
Okay, so let's look forward to your life, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got coming up?
So, lots of exciting things, man. We got another jam, start of May. I'm doing them once a month, first Saturday of the month. And Cosmic Graffiti has some exciting stuff. We got a single coming out this summer, and we have another of our jam series coming out, The Lost Jams Volume 2. So Volume 1 is out. We got
is
Volume
that?
2 on the way.
Is that your guys' jams?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, because we do a ton of jamming. Like every practice, we just improvise.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the good stuff is. So we decided to make like an internet series where we record the jams, right? And then we put out a video on YouTube and the audio and stuff. So that's been a lot of fun to make. I'm looking forward to the second one coming out.
Now, like 5 years ahead, you think they'll all be dead? Maybe something will go wrong. You have a falling
The jams or the people in the band?
out. The people.
The people? Oh, it's always on the table.
Right. That's the scary thing. Is even though sometimes it feels like you're just hanging out in one spot forever,
Mm-hmm.
but eventually it's just.
You can spontaneously combust anytime, man.
Now, has that happened to anyone you know?
No.
But it's always on the table.
It's always on the table.
It's always this looming thing over my
yeah,
head.
yeah.
Now, speaking of tables, you prefer a wooden one? You a craftsman?
Not a craftsman,
Me
but
either.
I like wooden tables. You guys should get a wooden table over here. This
Again,
thing
it's
looks
a budget thing.
it looks a
budget
little
thing.
flimsy.
Well, we don't want to, it's a budget thing. We don't want to put too much pressure on the viewers because they've already given us a lot.
Of course.
They've already done so much for us. I don't know how else we could give back,
Yeah, I mean, we're not giving, any of the money back, so that's off the table. But what's always on the table is
Not wood. This is
Death.
On this, we got a plastic table right here, man.
yeah, but knock on wood, it could be a wooden one.
This
Thank
one
you,
is
Tom.
wooden.
I think this is
This is a nice piece of wood. Is this mahogany?
could be
it
mahogany. I
birch?
think it's maybe birch.
Cedar
They
wood?
call those TV trays.
It's for maybe putting a TV on.
It's more like eating food, eating dinner
Maybe eating food
in front of the you know what.
Because people are fat nowadays, and that's okay. Is it?
I think so too. I encourage it.
You're saying get a little fatter. Just keep
I love eating, man.
eating. I'm a big
I
eating guy
love
myself.
eating food, man.
Sometimes it's like again, but a lot of the times I love it.
Yeah, it could feel a little monotonous to
Yeah.
cook 3 meals a day.
Right.
I hate cooking all the time, but I love eating. So
Now, when you go to the grocery store, how much you spending? What's your
probably like $80.
$80? How long is that good for?
Probably like a week and a half.
Now walk us through that. What are you getting?
Chicken breast, man. Chicken breast, ground beef, fruits, vegetables, grains.
You stick in season, or you just go with whatever?
Oh, I love seasoning, man. Salt and pepper, Cajun, chili powder, Italian seasoning.
Now, do you think that's appropriating cultures, maybe?
No, not at
Okay.
all.
Do you think the fat people are appropriating they've
I think they're
consumed
doing
so
their own
much?
thing, man.
Okay. That's what I think too, but a lot of the viewers were not so sure. A lot of the viewers were saying maybe you don't have to eat all of that. Cuz leftovers are good. Are you a big leftover guy?
Yeah, if I don't finish it that night, pop it in the fridge.
As long as you have ample fridge space, but some people it's limited.
Yeah. Definitely a
But you live alone, correct?
limiting variable, yeah.
So
Got the
it's
whole
ample
fridge to
space.
myself right now.
Now do you get lonely?
No. That fridge is jam-packed, man.
Do you ever hang out in there?
Oh, yeah. Just climb in there, cool off a little bit, then climb out. It's the way to go, man.
Now, do you find you got this whole house to yourself? Do you think you'll ever maybe rent out the kitchen as an Airbnb kind of thing?
Maybe another bedroom.
Okay.
I don't know about the kitchen.
Rent out the backyard as sort of a camping ground.
That would be interesting.
Get an RV back there.
It's on the table, man. It's all on the table.
Because Trevor's birthday, we're looking for a venue.
And I'm looking for a new house, man. Nah, I'm just kidding.
He's just joking around. He got nervous because no one wants to come.
Yeah, no one's coming to my birthday, but you are invited.
I would love to be there. 6 months. What day?
We don't have
The
to.
11th.
How old are you turning?
23.
That's the big
Yeah,
year,
we're
man.
proud of you,
The
man.
LeBron year.
Yeah, this is the LeBron year. You could say that. Now, do you think, looking forward, he's getting old. We're all getting old. When do the brakes really fall off of this thing?
The brakes.
Now, do you have a vehicle?
Yes.
Now, how's it holding up?
It's doing great, man. I got a Nissan Rogue Sport 2018.
With 2018, that's a nice one. Is that a lease?
No, it's I bought it a couple years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's riding smooth, no problems.
Now, when you go
That's all you can expect out of a car is
as a salesman, when you go to buy a car,
mm-hmm.
do you talk to the salesman?
Of course, the sales professional on staff.
You guys hug?
Not hug, firm handshake, son.
Firm handshake.
Firm handshake. Yeah.
Little kiss on the cheek.
If I was French, perhaps, but
Okay. Different customs.
mm-hmm. Different cultures.
And, you test drive a few?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got to test out that sound system, man.
You do have to test out the sound system, see how the...
Rip a little Van Halen.
Little Van Halen. Whatever's on the mix for today, you want to imagine what every day is going to feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes every day kind of feels the same, and you got to buy
Like
a new car.
Groundhog Day?
Yeah, a little bit Groundhog Day type of thing.
Yeah.
Trevor was saying every day for him is kind of like, yeah, And I was saying a lot of times it's a perspective thing,
It is, man.
As you get older, you realize you got to pull yourself out of your own ruts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll be sad for a while, and then you're like, well, this is boring. Let me get back to the life thing.
Yeah, yeah. Going through the emotional palette.
No, that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Are you an artist?
You could say that. I think we're all artists.
Well, not all of us.
Oh, I think so.
What about the fact?
I don't like that distinction of like people saying like calling themselves a creative, I never liked that because I think we're all creative. Those guys drawn on the cave walls, the cavemen, I think they were just like hunter-gatherer types who just had a little bit of that sparkle, right? Which I think we all have.
They should have monetized that.
I think a lot of people have it sucked out of them, is what Simon is trying to say. But I think, we're all capable of it.
We're all capable of it, exactly.
A lot of people have it just...
Some people just lean into it more, or they allow themselves to lean into it.
Yeah.
It's like sort of like when you're leaning into like a railing or something
Could be.
because you ate so much food,
Going back to the food thing, man.
Well, it's just
You're a killer interviewer, man. Tying it all together.
callbacks. This thing.
It runs itself.
It's interesting because I'm not even trying. People think I turn it on. I got to turn the thing on, but it's just rolling.
Oh,
all the
it's
time.
effortless.
I make connections, in my
I'm
head.
looking at this guy's face right now. Not a bead of sweat.
Nothing.
It's all routine.
See that? Let me sell you a car. Wait, what do you sell again?
Steady as a rock. I sell software to title insurance companies.
See,
We're
that
we're a
one-
third-party vendor for notaries.
That one you really just got to, no one wants that.
No.
You sell software.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you do that with a website?
You need a real man.
Can't they go to a website and download it? How much does the software cost?
The software, you pay per transaction. It's free to sign up.
What is it, like cents?
It's like Adobe Premiere Pro, man.
It's not like Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah, it is. You sign up. It's free to sign up for Adobe, and then you got to pay $26 a month for Premiere Pro, dude.
Yeah, but you're saying this, you're taking a chunk of everything they're selling. Tiny little percent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this seems like it could be lucrative because I don't know. I'm not an expert,
Yeah.
but even that little bit I think is going to really add up.
It could add up.
Now, do you get like a commission of that?
Mm-hmm.
We have a a donor program opening up,
Okay.
and it's something to think about.
I'm
Looking
thinking
forward,
about it right now.
10 years, where are you going to be?
10 years.
You going to be here?
I'm hoping I'm alive in 10 years.
That's a good start.
Doing the same thing, just better.
Just butter. And that's like you put it on a roll, you put it in a pan.
Oh yeah. You
That's right.
you a butter and olive oil man for
It really depends what you're cooking. What are you
good
cooking?
answer. Good answer. I usually do olive oil for like chicken or pork or beef or something like that. But for like eggs, in the morning, I
Right.
think butter
Throw some butter in
enhances the
there.
flavor.
I do like a little fat in there. But again, you can get a little too fat. Eat too much of those eggs. You put too much butter in.
Yeah.
Everything's has a opposite reaction.
Of course.
I think I coined that. I think I came up with that.
Isn't that Newton's first or second law?
I haven't met him,
I would love
Is he
to
in your
meet him.
band?
Isaac Newton? No, he's not in my band. Would love for him to join, though.
He wrote the Harry Potter books, right?
Don't quote me on it, but I think so.
Now, Star Wars. Let's talk about it. You a big Star Wars guy?
Yeah.
Jar Jar
sure,
Binks. What do you think?
Jar Jar
Was he crossing
Binks
the line?
was a failed comedic relief character for the first one. Definitely. I mean, I don't have like an opinion on this that's different than most people. That the best ones were 4, 5, and 6, then the prequels, and then the sequels were the worst. Right.
A lot of people are saying, if Jar Jar Binks was maybe Asian American.
Like Short Round from Indiana Jones.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Then it would have had a different tone.
They should have just taken Short Round and just plopped him right in there.
Yeah, well, like a CGI version, because CGI was really big at the time. So
That's
like,
right. And it all aged really well. All of the CGI from the prequels looks great.
Why is it not called CGI anymore? It's still computer generated.
It's still called
right?
CGI. I did want to say that the actor for Jar Jar Binks, there's like a little mini doc on him, but he was like, he during the time, he's in the Star Wars prequel, the most anticipated thing ever, and he's got this like this whole gear on for like a CGI character he's playing.
Oh yeah,
and they're all like, oh, this is like a big new exciting thing, and then people shit on him, and I think he almost killed himself, but he's doing good now.
It's like the kid who played Anakin.
No, he did. Oh yeah, him too.
Yeah, Jake Lloyd.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not doing so hot.
Because Force was a little too with him.
Force was.
Maybe drumming could be an outlet because a lot of resentment builds up, a lot of anger, and it's good to get it out in a way that's, socially acceptable.
That's right.
Yeah, Anakin, you can't beat him, join him kind of thing.
Could have given that kid 2 drumsticks. He wouldn't have had to wear that black cloak the rest of his life.
Right. And I'm going to go ahead and say he shouldn't have killed all those kids.
Revenge of the Sith. It's a 20th anniversary. It's going to be re-released in theaters. Just wanted to throw that out.
I don't
think
it's as good as people make it out to be.
I think it's freaking awesome. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid because Anakin gets burnt to a crisp and screams. So my mom's like, "That's not for Trevor." But I watched it as an adult.
Like a brother.
Yeah, dude, that movie's freaking awesome. That's all I gotta say, honestly.
Lego Star Wars.
I think the beginning and the end of that movie are terrific. The middle is a little weak, but the beginning and end are fantastic.
Now imagine you were a salesman for the middle of Revenge of the Sith.
How about imagine you were a salesman for the Phantom Menace? Let's go there.
I would just focus on the strong points, which there are a few, but one of them is that the Duel of Fates at the end. Yeah. I would just hammer that part of it and not focus on the catastrophe that is the rest of the movie.
You got to see the guy with the red face and the double lightsaber.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna tell him. Basically.
Yes.
That's like a new thing. That's that's a good thing to harp on, but he doesn't come up until the end.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about him is he has 2,
Most guys only have 1.
He has kind of 2, and
Very astute, Simon. You don't let anything
he can
get past
jump.
you.
He could jump far. Remember?
Oh yeah, he does the those flips and stuff.
Right.
The choreography is insane, man.
You a big dancer yourself?
No, not a dancer.
What if you had to be?
If I had to be, then I guess I would. If you put a gun to my head, I guess I'd have no choice, man.
If you
I'd be tapping those shoes together.
If you were put in a position where you had to do something, you had to become a dancer, you think you'd get real good at it? You got to do it.
When you have when you have the fear of death in you, I think you can become good at a lot of things.
Do you think that that's what's necessary?
I don't think it's necessary, but I think it helps a little bit.
So
want to learn how to swim, jump in water.
You're saying, you want to eat less food. Don't eat that food.
Well said, my friend. Well said.
With a little, threat behind it. But there's got to be another solution than that. People can take a little self-agency.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of research done into weight loss.
How about you just get
I'm not one of the leading experts, but...
You even tried dancing? Ballroom? Tango?
If I did dance, I'd salsa dance for sure.
Okay. That's a safe choice, I think.
Safe choice. Salsa is a good food as well.
There's a big market for that nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Cilantro. You a big
Queso?
gardener? You got a garden?
No, my parents have a garden.
Now, what do you got in there?
But they got all kinds of stuff, man. Carrots, tomatoes, strawberries, green onions.
That's a good song, man.
Booker
green
T,
onions.
man. He's
Well, yeah.
that organist. He's incredible.
What's his full name? Booker T. And what's his group?
I think it was
Booker T and the what? Look it up, Trevor. Trevor's looking it up, and we'll get back on that. Moving onward, though, when was the last time you ran through a meadow and really felt fulfilled in your life? Is it all just kind of a wash?
Let me think. I think I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has it gone downhill from there?
I'd say it's gone uphill. Less
Really?
meadow frolicking, but
You'd think.
Life
right?
is
You'd
good.
think uphill, more meadow frolicking, but
that's true. You'd think those would be directly correlated, but
not for everybody. Everyone's got their thing. You can't be getting good at dancing and frolicking through meadows and playing the drums and
Why
selling software. Well, you can, but is that what you want to do? Then you're stuck in one spot. What if you ever want to travel? You ever want to
that's
travel?
true, man. Yeah.
Where you want to go?
Where do I want to go? I would love to go to Antarctica.
No, that's up there.
See those penguins, man?
And Santa Claus.
I think that's the other way. But if he's down there, I'll go say hi.
Oh, right, that one's down there. But he's got a sled, and transportation-wise, I think that could be the best option.
He's got a whole army of workers as well. You think Santa's elves have a union?
I'm pretty sure Santa's elves are in Thailand.
I think they're slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really gloss over that in the Christmas specials.
Booker T and the MGs.
That's right.
Had to open Microsoft Edge for that one. You ever use that one? What browser are you using, man?
I'm a Chrome man, full and through.
That's respectable.
I haven't used Edge in a while.
That's good.
Sometimes it's like the default browser.
Right.
I click away that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, they really
Instantly.
try to call you back as you're changing your thing to Chrome.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you sure? You sure you don't? I mean, Edge is pretty good, but then it's not. You got a PC?
Yes.
That's a personal computer for those who don't know. What do you do with that?
I browse
Nothing
the
nefarious,
internet,
I'd hope.
take a look at the latest sports scores,
Yeah.
look up recipes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe look up an image or two, some wildlife, or
Something to calm you down.
exactly.
After a long day selling software, you want to go back home and use something simple like
Exactly,
Chrome.
exactly.
You don't want to think about what does the software do? I don't even understand.
I don't understand either.
That's a good sales pitch. We'll take a little bit. What is it, like Shopify?
I've never used Shopify.
It's like
Never
you
once.
shop online. Jeez, I mean, this thing's. What are we talking about? Online shopping? What is this? 2004? Am I right, guys? Now, where were you on 9/11?
Where was I? I believe I was 2. Yeah.
What were you
2
doing?
Years old. Don't remember that day distinctly.
So you didn't try to make a difference or anything?
No. If I was there,
Okay.
I don't know if I could have. At 2.
Just out
But
of fear?
I could have thrown my body in the way, perhaps, of the plane. I
Yeah.
don't know if it would have done much. Could have maybe diverted it.
Why didn't you? You just couldn't get
You
a
gotta
ride?
ask my mom and dad, man. They should have sent me over there.
Did you have your 2018 car at the time?
No.
So transportation was an issue.
Yes.
So it wasn't much you could have done.
No one's blaming you.
No one was blaming you, except some people in the comments, so we wanted to clear it up.
Is this live? Are there already comments?
In the days following,
Fucking going insane right now.
in the days following, did you feel like a sense of community with the people around you?
When I was 2?
Yeah.
Between shitting my pants each time, I think I felt a real sense of community.
We were all kind of. I mean, the nation was shitting its pants at that time because we were all scared. What's gonna happen next?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you're. I don't know if you remember.
Where were you guys on 9/11?
We don't want to. Are you just gonna ask us about 9/11? That was a tragedy.
I mean, if you're
That was-
doing some interviews, why can't I interview you too?
I mean, it was a sad day. A lot of people died, and honestly, I'm happy we went over there and got them, and it all worked out.
Clearly, that region is fixed forever.
Yeah,
We did a great job.
and I think they like us quite a bit. So
Oh, they love us, man.
it's kind of all well that ends well type of thing.
Yeah, I might go to Baghdad or Afghanistan on a trip.
Right.
I'm sure they're waving the American flag. Sure they'll greet me with open arms.
Which will be nice, you're driving through, and it's a nice thing to spy. Hey, a little home away from home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Everybody needs, some place where they can, feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
Do you ever find, people try to mess with your comfort? Or have you removed those people from your life already? Not with violence, I'd hope.
Of course not. Never with violence. No, I would say it's just maybe people joking around trying to get under your skin, but that's all a part of life.
Now, a lot of people in the alley were saying, they got bugs trying to get under their skin. And that's a
In
little
the
drug
alley.
doing joke. We don't endorse that kind of thing.
That's
and we don't.
terrifying, man.
It's scary. It's scary. You see them hunched over and tickle them a little bit. But beyond that, it's not fun. It's not fun,
Mm-hmm.
So you must sell a lot of software, huh?
I try to.
I'm not buying it.
That's fine.
You take credit?
For my own...
I'm wondering if you'll give me a line of credit
Give you credit?
for the software.
I'll think about that.
Now, do you guys need any techs or anything?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if we're starting a podcast, you guys will be the first gentleman I call.
Okay. Some of you guys could start a podcast. I mean, I think people might really want to buy whatever the shitty software is if they see it on a thing where it's like, this is something cool. People are using it.
Especially if it's you guys talking
And they'll
about it.
forget that you're taking a little bit off of every transaction.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward 15 years, where are you going to be?
15 years. In the Middle East.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably be nice over there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Key West or that kind of thing.
Yeah. Baghdad, ripping a hookah out there.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Now, are you worried they might not have, like, Fanta or something? You miss comforts when you're away from home?
If they don't have Fanta in Baghdad when I go there in 2040, I'm going straight home.
Who are we kidding?
And I'm walking.
If we'll shut down this whole thing if they don't have Fanta in Baghdad in 2040.
You better. Shut it down in retrospect.
Trevor has a sense for the future. He can kind of predict these things. What are you thinking, Trevor?
Personally, I don't even really like Fanta. I like Crush way more, man. So if they don't have Fanta, that's cool. But
That's a bold call.
They best have Crush. That's all I say.
I feel like they're much more likely to have Fanta. What do you think?
I think there are equal odds of both.
Okay. Well, maybe we can bet on this thing. Comment down below what you guys think. And I mean, try to figure this thing out. We got about
absolutely.
We got about 15 years. 20 years. How long you stay out there though? You got to get homesick eventually, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all roads lead to home. Maybe just spend a year or two out there.
Year or two. You come back. Columbus, you're thinking? You have a lot of, or maybe Ohio.
Yeah. Maybe go to the Heartland.
Heartland.
Yeah. Just an open field and frolic. Like
You
we
got
were
any
talking
other?
about.
And that's a good thing to get back to. You got any
Yeah,
other
yeah.
locations you'd like to maybe live in?
Any
visit?
locations? Probably Chicago, I think, is a cool city.
A little cold, right?
Hey, nothing I'm not used to.
Now, when you put a jacket on, do you go right arm first or left?
Right arm for sure.
Okay, a lot of
Yeah.
people were saying that's the wrong way to do it.
Really?
When you're moving to Chicago, are you going to look for maybe... Well, this is 20 years from now, right? You're
Yeah.
moving to Chicago. I don't know if that's a good move. Because it's going to be cold, and...
Is it that
You're gonna
much
be-
colder than Ohio?
No, it doesn't matter about that because you'll be straight out of Baghdad. So you'll be
Oh, in
acclimated to
contrast,
Baghdad.
it'll
Be kind of excruciating.
That's a good point. I didn't consider that.
And
Maybe I should do Chicago before Baghdad.
Chicago in the summer.
Yeah,
hit Baghdad.
exactly.
You could do kind of a residency in both.
Yeah, maybe they have like a jazz club.
Yeah,
in Baghdad.
you could start it.
Now that would be a sick spot, man.
Do you find yourself as a leader or a follower?
At what point?
You more
now
of
or
a
20
peace
years
or a
from
violence guy?
now? 20 years from now in Baghdad, I'm a peaceful leader. For sure.
And is this, who are you leading?
The people.
You having sex
The
with their
people
wives
of
and
the
stuff?
desert.
Is it some perverted?
If that's necessary. If they demand it of me.
You're kind of whatever it takes kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, with a limit.
Limit. Now, what is this?
The line between good and evil, the line between what I do and what I don't do.
Yeah, how do you draw it? Is
It's
it kind of
all
in the
about
moment?
context, Simon. All about context.
Yeah, I understand. You can't kind of call those things ahead of time. So let's set it up. You're having sex with a bunch of people's wives,
Okay.
and you're hanging out playing pool with them. So it's like,
Is this at the same time?
well, yeah,
Because logistically, it'd be tough to play pool while I'm.
this was like later that night. You're
Okay.
playing pool, and he's like, "Have you seen my wife?" You're like, "Oh yeah, we were hanging out." And then you're like, then you start having sex with that guy. That's gonna kind of get awkward, right?
Is this a scenario you've been in yourself?
No, I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure this is how it happens.
It's something we think about and talk about a lot.
This is how it happens. It comes up on this podcast.
So what are-
while the
what are-
viewers are worrying?
What are my options?
Your options are either you gotta assert your power over all these people,
Okay.
which is kind of exhausting if you think about it.
Yeah.
Fun at first, but then it's just like,
As a cult leader?
yeah. Or you can kind of be the free love and positivity guy, but then people just take your place. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think maybe the right option is kind of assert your power, but then you bring them Fanta?
Mm-hmm. Dune, the movie?
Yeah.
I would just do whatever Paul did.
Now, what did
I would
Paul do?
follow in his footsteps.
What did Paul do?
He was taking in that spice, man.
Paul was
Riding
taking the
those
spice.
worms.
Why was he doing that?
He was searching for something, searching for answers.
What kind of answers?
Keys to the universe, man. It's all there in the movie.
Now, if you ever got a key to a city, what would you do with it?
That's my dream, man. Have like a mayor hand me a big key,
I'd
or
always
like
want that, yeah. That's why we started this thing.
the ribbons, and then they give you the big scissors
You get to
and
cut
you
it
cut
out.
it. Yeah, one of those two options. I'd take that over Desert Cult Leader any day.
Me too, but then you got to put the deposit down on the scissors. Where do you even store those things? You got to get the guy to sharpen it.
That's right.
Everything's connected to something else.
Yeah, you need a specialist to get those scissors. Nice
Anything
and
good
sharp.
you buy, once it breaks, you can't fix it
Oh yeah.
because then it's too expensive to get.
People
it
don't
fixed.
make stuff built to last anymore either.
No, and who are you talking about? Like fat people that don't make.
I'm talking
inclusive?
about just anyone in general. If you want to go in that
Manufacturers.
direction, we could go in that
What
direction.
about software? Does your software last? How's it holding up?
Yeah, it's built to last for sure. Yeah.
What if you die?
Lots of happy customers.
What if you die? Does it keep going?
For sure. It was
okay.
going before me and it'll go on after me.
This actually might be something we're interested in. And so what you guys do is you take a percentage of every transaction, right? And in
Mhm.
return, what do you guys do?
What do? We conduct business. And that's all you need to know.
So that's the kind of thing I wouldn't give my money to. But there's what you were saying earlier is there's so many people out there that you can fool somebody. You can whatever your craft is. That
I
you're trying
think
to get
I
good
think
at.
those are your words, my friend, not mine.
I think I was paraphrasing you, Trevor. Could you look that up?
Yeah, I'll look it up, man.
But anyways, 20 years in the future, where are you going to be?
20 years. We'll see, man. I can't see that far.
Is it what are you striving towards? Is it just like a feeling, a routine? What are you working on?
Right now, I'm working on my skills, man. Working on getting stronger every day. Working on my drumming. Been playing a lot of keys lately. Getting back into that. Because, I've done that intermittently as I've, focused on the drums mostly.
Yeah.
But it's been good to work on other stuff, too.
Yeah. Yeah, keys are weird because it's all just sitting there.
Yeah, yeah.
With other instruments, you can pretend like you are just doing it to, because it does kind of feel nice. On the keyboard, you got to like make a decision. Like, all right, I'm gonna play this. A lot of people don't make any decisions in their life ever. You know.
I know.
You know.
What are they doing?
They just kind of. I'm just gonna keep eating it. You know. 25 years from now, we wanted to see if you'd come back on the show.
That would be something I'm very interested in.
And we kind of get a dual perspective on you.
Mhm.
And this is a new thing we're doing.
Then versus now?
Yeah, this is a new thing we're doing. You're the first guest we've brought this up with. If you could look right into the... Trevor, where's his camera? Right over there. If you could look right into the camera and give yourself a message 25 years from now. Something simple.
Oh, this might be actually really cool.
This could be
Okay.
cathartic, man.
Let me think of something.
Yeah, take your time. It's a safe space, man.
All right, I'm ready. Tom, don't do it.
Now, that's, again, a reference back to your violence issues. And I respect you enough for knowing that about yourself.
Oh, it's not violence.
Giving
It's something
your-
else.
Oh. Is it nefarious?
I can't say on camera, but it'll be very valuable 25 years from now.
What'll be valuable?
The advice I just gave.
Yeah, I believe you.
Thank you, Trevor.
I'm skeptical.
You're a
but
wise man.
I'm skeptical, but time plays tricks on all of us. I know. You know,
That's true, man.
things develop whether you want them to or not.
Do you think time is linear?
Well,
Because
you know,
it doesn't feel that way sometimes.
there's actually a movie you should watch where they kind of go into this, and it's
Oh, dude, Inception.
yes,
I heard that one is a deep cut as well as being a shallow cut.
because it works on
Multiple
yeah.
levels.
You never know if you're really awake. You know.
Hey, Chrissy Nolan, man, he knew how to make a movie.
Now who's she? Tom, thanks for coming on. You down to do some sort of musical performance for us?
I would love to.
Oh, you want a keyboard?
Sure, yeah.
We'll have
Let's
to set
do
that
it.
up.
That's a first.
You got any
First.
That's a first. Yeah, I mean 25 years from now it's really going to be something. And first keys we're having on this thing.
Well, was that a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger on your...
Yeah, it was up there. Yeah,
Yeah, he pretends like he's working so hard and then behind this,
yeah. No, thanks for coming, man. That was awesome.
Oh, of course.
This comes out I don't
I
even
guess
know.
next week.
Yeah, I guess next week.
Yeah, we're behind.
We really messed the
We
whole
are
thing up.
behind, man.
What's going on with that, man?
Well, I erased an episode.
It was a creative decision
Creative decision.
to
It's a great decision.
go without the episode, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that decision.
But live and learn kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a live, laugh, love kind of
Oh, of course.
studio here, so
Dude, I have Live, Laugh, Love on my wall.
that's something to live by.
Those are three
Something to
words I
laugh
think
by.
about every day.
Now, that's better than hit, kick.
Scream.
Unless you're a
scream, you know?
drummer. Then those
Yeah.
are very valuable.
Then yeah, it's all about perspective. Tom, thanks for coming on. You got anything you want to shout out? Any shows you got coming up or something?
No shows. Just check out Cosmic Graffiti. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Take a look.
Nice. Switch over here.